Hello, this is High Templar. Welcome to my Total War Warhammer 2 news video, and we have some news. There was a new video on Total War Warhammer official YouTube channel, and this is first look on campaign map, and I'm going to make a commentary to that video. Basically, I will tell you what I've noticed, and stopping the video at some point, and talk about what I noticed and what I think about what will mean to the game. So this is pretty much what I did for many videos for different games that I made reviews. So without further ado, let's go. Very nice lava meeting ocean.
To the new world. Before us lies Ulthuan,
an Athane flag.
Elves. At its center, at the very Isle of the Dead, the great vortex surges and swirls. Forged by the High Elves in ages past to siphon the winds of magic and defeat the chaos invasion that threatened.
I will stop this at this very moment to just show you what is visible for the inner kingdoms here. So we see that Athane has at least 2 settlements, and there are a few provinces in here, mostly getting 2, possibly 3 settlements. I would assume this palace was actually palace of the Everqueen. So we will have about 2-3 settlements per province inside, and the third settlement would be the gate, which will be visible in short while. Those gates, you have to have them to get into the inner kingdoms of Ulthuan. I assume to get out as well. And since they are settlements in their own right, having everything that settlements have, they should be part of some province, and I would assume they will be part of the inner provinces, maybe wrongly. But you can see there are at least few factions in the inner kingdoms, which is quite nice. At least 4 factions here are visible, and there will be few in the outside kingdoms. So it is a nice representation of what High Elves has to offer.
To engulf the world.
Settlement here and here and here.
Made its recent passage across the heavens, it breached the great warding, making it dangerously unstable.
And these are the gates. As you can see, there are quite a few.
Vortex and exploit its wild energies. Still others seek to heal the cyclone and preserve the order. Each race must perform a series of arcane rituals.
That was the Princess of Kalador flag just a second ago.
And prevent the other races from achieving victory. Let us take a closer look at the High Elves.
So this is Tyrion.
By Prince Tyrion, they are a proud, arrogant, and highly developed people, combining peerless martial prowess with an uncommon grasp of the magical arts.
I would assume that was an agent.
High Elves are in love with politics,
and the chariot.
Successful elven leaders use their influence to court the most.
Like I said, I do believe this is the court of the Everqueen.
Lesser races.
And the dragons flying Ulthuan, same way as you would see wyverns in the Badlands. Amazing.
The High Elves are also master traders and exploit their contacts to gain value.
So I will stop here. They are talking about master traders and contacts, but that looks like a Norseman actually boats. And the horse, basically I think this is Kurgan tribe. So you've seen that the horsemen, for example, for the Warriors of Chaos, they are mostly Kurgan, and yeah, those guys are very good at horses. They do live in the eastern part of the north, but they can be also here. And since we see all the way to the north, we see frozen lands of the Chaos Waits, and those guys seem to be swimming from there or near there. And yeah, I think those guys are Kurgan actually. We see another ship right here. This is obviously Hrace, a white lions. So we will see new Norsemen, but this was pretty obvious. There might be actually Arabi, which would make sense when talking about the trade with high elves, but I do not believe that is the case. It's possible.
Valuable intelligence on the affairs of their trading partners.
The orange banners are interesting. Firstly, I was thinking it's very hard to see those guys. There are two possibilities here. Those are Shadowlands, so there might be actually elves from the Shadowlands, or there might be an actual invasion of dark elves, because those guys do invade through Shadowlands mostly, and this is like one huge battlefield. So, to add some more variance to the fights that Tyrion will have in Ultlan, it would make very much sense to make Dark Elves already land in Ultlan. So yeah, I think I'm leaning towards the idea that those are actually Dark Elves, which would be very, very cool indeed. Although I do like Shadowlands as well, so...
When lie vast, near
more fortress gates, a lot of them.
Of the Elven homelands.
Calador flag again.
A formidable force indeed to breach these ramparts. And now, the elves have enacted a ritual. This puts them one step closer to
this is like a normal elven gate ship, but we also see ones like that, which are probably just a trade ones.
With continents separated by
like a fluff, basically.
Your forces may have to embark on perilous journeys to reach foreign soil.
So yeah, this looks like a normal elven vessel. And this is the storms that I've talked about, and I wanted to see how they look. You probably, if you go through there, you will suffer attrition. Pretty much as in any Total War game. And you can go around, but they move from turn to turn. So...
soil, risking encounters with deadly storms.
And here you can see that this is actually dwarven. This is actually dwarven ship, which is very, very cool. And these are probably already, looking at the map, I would say this is already Dark Elven territory here. It's hard to actually say, but I would bet on that. This ship that we've just seen a minute ago was all sparkling. Those sparkling things on the map are actually treasures. Like in the, like they said, there will be treasures in the ruins. And we will see those ruins. And in the ruins, you can either settle there or loot it. And looting it will trigger some kind of event where you will have multiple choices to do according to the developers. Probably you won't be able to settle on this wreck. It will be only pure treasure, right?
As treacherous reefs and shallows take their toll on the drafts.
And Vampire Coast?
Here in Lustria, certain races of the old world have gained footholds. Will you put their outposts to the sword, or make allies of these adventurers, securing their loyalty?
Looking great, I might say it. Another treasure here.
Across the land.
And all those points here are actually... ruins that you can loot and or settle there. However, looting them will trigger a warning to the nearby armies, so you have to watch that. This is another ruin. And I don't know if it was already looted or what. It does look like a proper ruin, but maybe it's just a map fluff. You can see another one here.
You may choose to erect new settlements in their place, or instead delve them for hidden riches and lost magical artifacts.
So, this is interesting because this is obviously a sparkling ruin that you can loot, but there is very interesting building here. I'm leaning towards that this is just a decoration on the map, but it would be cool if you can actually go inside, because you can clearly see that there is something inside there.
Be ever watchful, for rogue armies roam these lands. Composed of warriors from many races, they lay aside their former animosities and band together in the pursuit of riches and power. Not all legendary lords campaign within their homelands. The High Elf Archmage Teclis begins here on the Turtle Isles.
Some temple cities here, some more ruins to loot.
This is a wholly different set of challenges from his brother Tyrion in Ulthweb.
So Teclis starting here doesn't look like he has, starting here. This is a Turtle Island, so he's starting here or near here. And you can see that there are... I didn't see a settlement per se, there was something to loot, so maybe you can take within the first 2 or 3 turns, take a settlement for him, which would be interesting.
Lustria's jungles are the domain of the lizard men and their
those jungles look amazing, amazing. Greenskins right here, and those flying beasts absolutely fantastic. So this is large temple city. You've seen a couple small ones. More greenskins.
Lies in disarray. Should the lizard men revitalize these strands, their efforts to enact the great plan will be much
more lizardmen.
And here we see Lord.
Now, this is Lord Mazdamundi, but what is interesting here is this flag. If you just go back like a second before, you can see that there is another one here and few other flags here. So this is actually a ship. And this is an army. This is also an army and 2 ships. So what are those? Firstly, I was thinking this is...
Here we see Lord Mazdamundi.
These are the forces. As you can see, this is Imperial. They do look very much Imperial. And this city looks Imperial. So firstly, I was thinking this is actually a Stalian... this is actually a Stalian colony that was established just before the end times, so it's fitting for the Stalian colony to be here. But then I was told by a friend that this is actually Pirazzo Lost Legion. So this is their flag, and this checks out. So this is a Dogs of War faction. It will be just a fluff probably because those guys looks like an Imperial faction. They will have no new units. They will probably, most likely. But it would be cool if they actually bring and flesh out the Estalia, Tila and Border Princess. Especially Estalia and Tila. So not Tila, but there is some presence of a humans in here. And this is even more presence of a human, because I believe this is Skeggi. So the Norsemen also settled in the Lustria quite some time ago. And this is most likely one of their armies right here. So we see lots and lots of factions here.
He and his army have adopted the astromancy stance, granting them
and this is small temple city. We've seen before some agents.
Finally, let us join the legendary Saurus warrior Krokgar and his lizard men cohorts as they prepare to do battle with the High Elf force at the ancient portal of the Fallen Gates.
Yeah, and this is the Fallen Gates video that you can see, and basically the quest video, the quest battle for the Krokgar, I would assume. Pretty cool video, and showing lots and lots of information. So all the factions that we pretty much knew will be there, but it's still exciting to actually see them. I do believe that, I mean, we don't know how the Vampire Counts will look like here. I mean, not the Vampire Counts, but the Vampire Coast, because their settlements looked not like the Vampire Counts. It was a pretty nice settlement on the coast that kind of looked like vampire pirates, like they should be, or undead pirates, like they should be, so that was nice. And I would hope this the Pirates of Legion will also be fleshed out a bit. So, but like I said, you can hope. We know that the Norsemen will be more fleshed out because there will be DLC shortly, and this DLC will be free if you pre-order Total War Warhammer 2, so this is nice as well. And yeah, this is pretty much it about my video. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment if you will, and see my other videos. I do mechanics videos in Total War series, I do mod reviews, I do DLC analysis and speculations, but I also do Let's Plays in Total War series and other games. Thank you for watching, and see you later.